Hey you guys, it's Christina, and today I'm going to be talking to you about food combining. And not just any food combining, but fully raw food combining. Many people ask me all the time how they can improve their digestion, how they can eliminate things like heartburn, gas, acid reflux, acne. The list goes on. And proper food combining will help you with all of those things. When people first start eating fully raw foods, they definitely notice a little bit of bloating because they're not used to eating so many fruits and vegetables. And one of the ways to make this experience the most pleasant for you is by practicing proper food combining rules. And because that I want eating fully raw to be the best experience possible for you, I'm going to be teaching you about proper food combining. And there are many different charts out there about food combining, but today we're gonna focus on one that is specifically based around raw fruits and vegetables. So here is the basic rundown of fully raw food combining. Are you ready? Let's mix it up. So before I get into the complexities of food combining, I'm first gonna give you a basic, easy rundown based on water content. And for those of you who are visual learners or who need some type of a chart to look at, I have created my very own fully raw food combining chart just for you. And you can get that by clicking the link in the description of this video. An easy rule of thumb is to group things based upon water content. You always want to eat the juiciest things first and the not so juicy things after. And the reason for this is that juicy fruits like watermelons, cucumbers, grapes, all tend to digest from your system extremely quickly, approximately in 1 to 2 hours only. Greens such as kale or romaine or vegetables like broccoli, those can take up to 3 hours to properly digest from your system. So I always recommend to people to eat the juiciest things first and the less juicy things after, as to allow time for better digestion and better elimination. Now let's take a look at the more complex side of food combining, shall we? As you can see here, I have made a fully raw food circle to show you the easiest ways to food combine, based upon different things like melons, acid fruits, subacid fruits, sweet fruits, and even vegetables. And in my food circle, what I've done is I've grouped all of these things together in a way that if they're touching, they're okay to mix, and if they're not touching, they're not okay to mix. But everything mixes well with greens, so I've put those in the middle. I'm gonna explain to you a little bit more what I'm talking about, so let's get started. As we move through this fully raw food circle, let's start with the easiest of all, melons. Melons are best eaten alone because they are the absolute juiciest fruits on the planet, and they digest very quickly, usually within the hour. So you always want to eat them alone, as to let all those yummy juices digest very quickly throughout your system. The next juiciest fruits are typically acid fruits, things like oranges or pineapples or tomatoes or grapefruits. I love acid fruits, but sometimes they don't combine as well with other foods because they are acidic. Acid fruits mix very well with their food group, with their other acid fruits, because they make juicy smoothies together. They also mix really well with subacid fruits, which would be things like apples or pears, things that are not as sweet but still a delicious fruit. Subacid fruits can also mix with things like nectarines or peaches, and sometimes even other very juicy things like cucumbers. Acid fruits also mix perfectly well with greens. If you're gonna eat them with a salad, definitely try and eat them before you get to your salad or mix them in. But never eat an acid fruit after you eat a salad, as to avoid acidic fermentation in your stomach. That will give you gas. The next group are subacid fruits. And subacid fruits are kind of the neutral group because they're not too acidic, but they're not too sweet. And this group of fruits typically include things like apples, pears, mangoes, grapes, blueberries, cherries. These things mix fabulously well with both sweet fruits and acid fruits, and they're definitely an amazing addition to any type of vegetable dish or salad. However, if you do want to eat them with greens, always eat them first, as to allow them enough time to digest properly so that they're not sitting on top of your greens and giving you a stomach ache. When you eat subacid fruits and acid fruits before your salads or before any type of vegetable dish, it allows for proper digestion and helps to eliminate any type of discomfort. The next group of fruits are sweet fruits, and this is one of my absolute favorite groups because I love sweet fruits. Sweet fruits typically include things like bananas or dates or usually any type of tropical fruit. Sweet fruits are very low in water content, and because they're so sweet, they're usually higher in calorie. This is great for athletes who want more energy or who need more fuel throughout the day. However, these fruits do not mix well with acid fruits because when they mix together, they're very different in water content, and it's kind of like oil and vinegar. They can give you indigestion, they can give you gas, they can give you acid reflux, or they can create acidic fermentation in your stomach. A bad example of food combining would be something like bananas with oranges because they're both very different in water content. If I were to make a smoothie of these two things, you would see the bananas float to the top and oranges to the bottom. This is what happens in your stomach and can create acidic fermentation and even bad breath for you. For those who may eat a lot of sweet fruit and feel like they still want something juicy before or after, remember that you can mix subacid fruit with any sweet fruits. Either that or drink a lot of water before you eat these fruits to keep hydrated. For those of you who are trying to really improve your digestion and get it solid, try a mono meal. A mono meal is where you eat one fruit at a time for a full meal, and you eat enough of that fruit to feel satisfied, to get enough calories, and to feel super energetic. In my last video, the FullyRaw eating plan, I show you how to eat enough fruit to make mono meals out of it, and you can click that here. So let's talk about our vegetables. Our things like leafy greens, broccoli, maybe perhaps some herbs, or maybe even fats like avocados or nuts and seeds. All vegetables typically mix beautifully well in a salad together because they all have similar water contents. Vegetables or leafy greens typically mix very well with other fruits as long as those fruits are eaten before or if the fruits are mixed in properly well with the salad. You also want to be sure not to combine acid and sweet fruits in a salad together if you are going to do that. So if you're ever in a bind, think about this FullyRaw food circle, think about the different types of water content, or even print out the Venn diagram that I've made for you. That way, if you're out and about, you know exactly what you can and can't eat as to give yourself the best feeling of eating FullyRaw possible. So that's it. That's my basic rundown of FullyRaw food combining. If you guys have liked this video and if you found it to be helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you guys are participating in the 21-day FullyRaw challenge, please be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and comment below so that we can all be here to support each other and to create an awesome community based around FullyRaw foods. All right, you guys, I am gonna go and enjoy some of this beautiful bounty, and I hope that you guys get to go and do the same as well. I am so grateful to have you here. I cannot express my appreciation for you enough. Sending you all my hugs and my love. Bye.